Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, LBMTG, and for today's video we get to take a look at the Guilds of Ravnica mechanics. We finally got to take a look at what they are, and the live stream just happened. It's literally 6:20. The live stream ended like 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, something like that. The live stream, of course, being Weekly MTG, Blake Rasmussen's series that he does over on twitch.tv. I think it's /wizards_magic or /wizards magic, something like that. It's the official Magic the Gathering Wizards of the Coast Twitch account. And so he does this series where he'll let us know some new cards that are coming out, some updates with the new sets, what we can expect, all this kind of stuff. And as you can see today, we got a bunch of Guilds of Ravnica stuff spoiled for us. There's a new alternate art Niv Mizzet card. There's a new alternate art Aurelia card, both of which are going in the guild kits. They won't be standard legal, but they'll be like the big seller cards from the guild kits. There's a Deathrite Shaman reprint coming for the Golgari guild kit as well. So there's a bunch of just really cool stuff going around, but the thing that I wanted to talk about today is the Guilds of Ravnica mechanics today. So we'll go ahead and just get right into it. We know all the colors that they go for, and so we'll just go ahead and talk about the mechanics right now. The first one being Convoke. This is the only one that was previously done before. The other four are all new mechanics. Convoke's the only old one that's returning. So Convoke says the returning mechanic lets you tap creatures to help pay for spells. You can tap a green creature to pay for G in a spell with Convoke. So just a very cool card. A notable card with Convoke would be something like Chord of Calming, which sees modern play. Just a very good card. This will be the mechanic for green-white, Selesnya. The next mechanic is Mentor. Mentors teach their understudies to be better, stronger. When a creature with Mentor attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on an attacking creature with less power. So this is going to be the red-white mechanic for Boros. So again, kind of sticking to what we've seen in the past. Of course, Convoke being a green-white mechanic we've seen in the past, but Mentor, we saw things like Battalion was the mechanic before for Boros. So again, they're sticking to the whole attacking with creatures that generally have less power, but attacking with more of them, kind of a tokens theme a little bit, and definitely an aggressive theme because the Boros colors are extremely aggressive. The next one we have here is Surveil. This is the Dimir one, so blue-black. Dimir spies are everywhere, including looking at the top of your deck. Surveil is like Scry, but instead of putting cards on the bottom of your library, they go into your graveyard. A lot of people are saying this is a worse Scry, and I just think people are wrong. I think putting cards into your graveyard can sometimes be super beneficial. We're seeing in Eternal formats a bunch of different, graveyard shenanigans happening, and I think that this effect is going to work, or this mechanic I should say, is going to work really well with the last two that we're going to talk about here. They work very synergistically together, and I think it's a great mechanic. I like this one more than basically any other Dimir mechanic that we've seen in the past. I wish Surveil just kind of like overtook Scry. I would be perfectly okay with that. But of course, I generally like the Scry mechanic, so I'm sure I'm going to love Surveil as well. The next one is Jumpstart. This is the Izzet mechanic. Izzet, of course, being red and blue. You can cast instants and sorceries with a Jumpstart from your graveyard. Just discard a card, pay the mana, and exile the card, and you've Jumpstarted a formerly used spell. So this is like similar to Flashback in the fact that you get to recast something from your graveyard again by paying an amount of mana for it, and then you have to exile the card afterwards. But then at the same time, it has a little bit of a little hint of retrace in there because you're discarding a card. It doesn't need to be a land card, but you can go ahead and just discard a card to basically turn it into whatever good spell you already have in your graveyard. And again, this is kind of what I was talking about before, where we look at the synergies between Surveil. So with Surveil, we can go ahead and put an instant or sorcery that we don't like into our graveyard, and then if it becomes relevant later on in the game, then we can jumpstart that later on if it has jumpstart. So it is very synergistic there for draft especially, because we're going to be drafting all of these different colors together, and so there's a bunch of different decks that they want to make playable. Undergrowth is the final one. This is the Golgari one, Golgari being green and black. Undergrowth abilities care about the number of dead creatures in your graveyard. Just like the Golgari, use the dead to make themselves stronger. We've seen this with Golgari abilities in the past. We've seen things like Scavenge, which care about the card being in the graveyard, and then you can turn it into +1/+1 counters. We've seen Dredge in the past, which cares about fueling your graveyard, putting more cards into it. So again, just it makes sense to have Golgari do something with the graveyard, caring about dead dead creatures in your graveyard seems perfectly reasonable, especially if we can get together something where the first thing I thought of was like a Sultai standard deck where you're trying to top off at big creatures like Muldrotha, but you're also trying to fuel your graveyard with things like Search for Azcanta, and then using possibly some of these new Undergrowth cards as well, maybe some of these new Surveil cards to put the cards into your graveyard, and then just have a very synergistic graveyard theme happening, valuing out your opponent with Muldrotha, that kind of stuff. I don't know if we'll end up seeing that, but that was where my head went instantly after seeing these mechanics and trying to think about how they could work together. That was just kind of where my head went. Go ahead and let me know down low in the comments where your head is at with all of these different mechanics. And then another thing to note here is that with these mechanics, we're seeing one returning mechanic when we're seeing 4 new mechanics, and they've announced that for the next set that's also what's going to happen for the new colors that we don't have quite yet on this screen. So there's going to be 1 returning mechanic, 4 new mechanics, just like we're seeing here. We're only missing 5 new colors. Let's see if I can remember all these off the top of my head. Okay, so we're missing, because normally it would be very easy. They split them up between allied colors and enemy colors, but they did not do that here for this one. So let me see if I can figure these out on my own. So we're looking at green-blue we still need, which is Simic. We're looking at blue-white, which is Azorius. We're looking at green... I already said green-blue, so we're looking at green... No, we already have green-white. We've got green-red, which is Gruul. There we go. We're at 3. We're missing red-white. No, we're not missing red-white. We're missing red... I already said red-green. Red-black, which is Rakdos. And then I'm missing one more. Let's see if we can do this. I'm sure you guys in the comments like already know this one like instantly, and you guys have already gotten this. Red. No, it's not red. We already got the 2 other red ones. Blue, we already said blue-black. We said blue-black is here. Blue-green, we said. Blue-red is up there. So blue-white is Azorius. We've already said that one. So white-green is up there. White-red is up there. So white-blue, we already said. White-black Orzhov. That is the last one that we were thinking of. There we go. Got there. I worked my way through it. It was a little bit hard to get through there, but I managed to work my way through it. So those are the 5 that you're still missing. Orzhov being black-white. Simic being blue-green. I just worked my way through all of these, and then I instantly forgot them all again. If you guys have any questions about the guild pairs, go ahead and let me down low in the comments. I will gladly tell you what colors they are after I, don't have to just come up with them on the spot like I did here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think Guilds of Ravnica is going to be a fantastic set. It looks like it'll be a fun one. I'm a little bit confused. Like if I have to nitpick a little bit, I'm actually not going to nitpick at all about the mechanics. I'm going to nitpick about the fact that it's a Khans of Tarkir mountain used as the background image. When I think of like the 2 sets that that would go together, I would think of like Khans of Tarkir going with something like a Lara block, because they all cared about 3 color combinations and that sort of stuff. So it is a beautiful mountain by Noah Bradley. Certainly not going to take that away from Noah Bradley. Fantastic mountain here in the background. But it is a little bit weird seeing Khans of Tarkir being the chosen mountain for Guilds of Ravnica. The little spoiler image here. I would have liked to have seen. It would have been a cool way for them to spoil the first, basic land art from Guilds of Ravnica to just have it as the background image. I think that would have been fine. People don't get overly hyped about basic land card images, but they're always kind of a cool one. Always trying to pick out which one is your favorite in all the new sets. So, yeah, let me know down below in the comments. What are your opinions on this new Guilds of Ravnica mechanics? Any other new Guilds of Ravnica information as well? Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. Like I said, the weekly MTG live stream just ended a couple minutes ago, so this is all just super fresh information. I wanted to get it out to you guys as fast as possible. So hopefully I did a good job of explaining it well enough. Like I said, if you guys have any additional comments, let me know down low in the comment, or if you have any additional questions, let me know down low in the comment section. There we go. That's how English works. All right. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys here next time for another Magic the Gathering video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video where we go over the newly announced Guilds of Ravnica mechanics. Of course, at the end of every video, I like to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons. So huge shout out and thank you to Jeremy W, Jason F, and Badwolf MTG. They're helping support the channel over on the Patreon page, and I can't be any more appreciative. They're all fantastic, fantastic people. They watch all my videos. They're just fantastic, fantastic human beings, and I'm very, very happy that they're willing to support me over on the Patreon. If you're interested in helping me out on the Patreon page, the link will be down low in the description. And if not, thank you so much for watching the video anyway.